Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Septeria's Room. I have a fun pocket project to show you and how you can make one of these as well. But before I show you my project, I just want to say a big thank you to all of those that purchased my latest digitals. It's the Cozy Floral kit. And I just wanted to also let you know that I had made some fun projects using the Cozy Floral kit, and I can't wait to show you what I made and hopefully maybe give you some inspiration as well on what you can make with the kit. So again, thank you very much for those that purchased the kit. So this project here is a fun pocket project, and I did make some kits for my Etsy store, but they are only available at the moment for my Australian customers. I still have my international customers put on hold in my Etsy store for the moment, so it's only Australian customers that are able to purchase from my shop at the moment. So I do apologize for that. And for the papers that I'm using for this kit, if you are wanting to know, that is also only available here in Australia at the moment. I haven't bought papers for quite a while, so when I went to my local craft shop called Spotlight, they had these new paper pads. Now, I don't know if this is an Australian company or an international one, but the papers I use for this project is this one here by Park Lane. I don't know what the collection is called. It just says Park Lane. Oh, actually, it is an American. It is an American paper pad. So this is the papers that I use, a single-sided paper. And then I also purchased this the 12 by 12 paper pad. It's by Ribtex. I do know they're an Australian company. So this one you won't be able to purchase unless you're here in Australia. And these are double-sided papers, and they're just lovely, soft pastel colors, very shabby, lots of florals. So I'm looking forward to making projects with this paper as well. So I just thought I'd let you know what papers I use in case you're wanting to know. But let me show you these really cute projects. So the kit, I'll show you the kit after I do the project. So what I made is a double pocket packaging pouch. I thought this would be a great way if you wanted to package some flat goodies for a crafty friend. This would also fit a gift card, a tea bag sachet, just whatever you like that would fit in the double pocket. And I've made the measurements really easy for you to assemble as well. So this is the one that I decorated and finished off, and I just think it's really cute. I even added some bead dangles on the bottom of the closure just to decorate that. And then I made an embellishment with one of the circle shape of the packaging that's inside the pocket. And then I fussy cut these images from the paper pad and just did some embellishing. And I added some vintage trim on the top there, and I just sort of folded over in half and glued it, and then added a button to the top. And then it opens up like this with a Velcro closure, and inside is the pocket. And I did package some sequins in here. So this is the packaging, like a packaging idea that I thought would look cute. And then I added a fabric cluster that I made using some fabric snippets. And it opens this way, and then there is some sequins in a clear seal bag, and I just added some double-sided tape to glue that down. I punched a circle shape with my circle punch to create like a window so you can see what's inside the paper folded part. And I just use a square, foam square, to keep it closed like that. You could also just punch a hole and add some string to tie it and keep it closed. So I'll show you how I made this as well. It's really easy if you wanted to make one of these to add inside the pocket. And then I just added a tag that I just cut to fit inside the pocket as another extra little piece to add inside, so you can see. And then this is a bag, a tea bag sachet, and that would fit nicely in there. A gift card would also fit nicely in here if you wanted to use this as a gift card holder. You could also use this to add some cash if you want to add some cash in here for a gift. So that's that. And I made the pocket so there is enough room for bulky packaging. And then at the back is another pocket. I've just made a note card that I just folded in half and then added like a tab shape pull tab just on the top to decorate the top. And this is another package using a clear seal bag, and I just packaged a coin envelope, some punched out shapes, just another way just to show you another packaging way to package some stuff to add inside the back. And then I added another one of those file tab shape things to the top of the packaging. And with the packaging, I made the closure at the bottom so that you can, so you just put your goodies in that way, and then you close it at the bottom and you use your bag topper part at the top here, so the bag can be reused if they want to reuse it again. And all I did was added some double-sided tape to the back and then just glued it to the packaging, so when you take this out it can still be used. So that's what I did with that. And this packaging just fitted nicely at the back there, and there is room to add a note card as well. So that's that. So this is how it looks like without it decorated. So this one here, as you can see, I didn't angle cut the top. This one I angle cut the top part just to make it decorative. I also angle cut the closure down here, just to make that decorative. This one is just plain without it being cut on the top, and just kept that simple. So that's how it looks like without any change to the project. And so the kit that I put together, I've made, I think I made 6 of these, and you get the double pocket pouch. Now with the pouch, I didn't do any cutting to the backing or to the closure. I thought I'd leave that for you to decide what you want to do with it if you purchase the kit. This one here, I punched a hole using a slightly larger circle punch. So I'll leave that for you to decide. Then there is also the packaging. I've got all this tape here. The packaging thing to put your goodies inside. There is a tag. There is the note card. And then I added a couple of these seal bags for you to use. So I think, did I add another one of those in the back here? Okay, so there is another packaging, which I thought I had it, but that can fit inside there too. And then in here are some bits and pieces that you can use to decorate the pouch. I added the little bead dangle in there as well, which is the same as this one. And there is also the Velcro dot. and the 2 file tabs like these ones, that will be in here as well, so you can use them. So these are all the bits and pieces you get. And then this is the same, just a different different paper to this one. So you can choose out of these two, or you'll get a random, either this one or this one. And then everything else is the same. So that will be listed in my Etsy store. So now let's get to the project to make one of these. It's so easy. You can make a bunch of these and just have them along this, keep them to the side. You could even add this inside a journal and make it a floating pocket pouch. So what we're going to need, so this is the base at the back, and I use single-sided papers, so if you have single-sided papers, these would work great. For the base, you want to cut your paper at 4 inches by 6 inches. And for the double pocket packaging pouch, which is the front part, you want to cut that at 4 inches by 9 inches. So they're both 4 inches in width, but this one is 9 inches and that's 4 by 6. And to make the packaging cover, it's 3 inches by 6 inches. So you can make 2 of these with a 6 by 6 paper. Just cut it in half and you'll have 2 of those packaging. So I'm going to show you how to make the pocket pouch and the packaging cover. 4 by 6 inches, 4 by 9 inches, 3 by 6 inches. So we can put the base to the side. We're going to make the, we'll make the packaging cover. All you do here is we're just going to fold that in half. And then you're going to grab a circle punch. I've got a 1.5 inch circle. You can use a 1 inch, whatever you like. You don't even have to punch out a window or a circle. If you don't have a circle punch, you can just cut it with a paper cutter. So on the front, you just choose which side you want your front. I'm going to go this way. You're going to punch out a circle in the center, like I have. And then you got this extra piece. This is the piece that I use to make the embellishment in front of the pouch. You can just, I'll just put that to the side. And I have a circle, a smaller circle punch. I'm not sure what size this is. It's probably 1/2 inch or less. I'm just going to do a quarter, about a quarter, I don't know if you can see that. Just going to go in on the corner and just do a quarter circle punch, like that. You can use a corner rounder punch. You can. I just wanted to decorate the corner, and I'll do the same on this side as best I can. So that's what I've got, and then you just open it up, and then you add your, adhere your packaging pack inside, and then you can punch a little hole and tie some string to keep it closed, or you could just add a foam square or double-sided tape to keep it closed. You can use a paper clip with some trim, whatever you like to keep it closed. You can add some string, and that's all there is to that. And now we'll go to the pouch. You're going to have your paper on the 4 inch side, and we're just going to score going in at 1/2 inch, sorry, 1/4 inch on both sides, going all the way down. So I'm going to go at 1/4 inch on one side. and also on the other side, 1/4 inch. And in this case, it's 3 3/4 inches if you're going to score on this side. And my paper is directional. I'm just going to do this. So you want to make sure that if it's a directional paper, that's how you want it to look. You want this part to overlap, just so you know where we're going to make the score line. So this is the right way up. And so we're going to go that way. So then on the 9-inch side, we're going to score at 2 inches and 6 inches. And that's all the scoring, 2 inches and 6 inches. And then down the bottom here that we scored at the 2-inch side, I'm just going to fold that up. So now you can see that the pattern is facing the right way up. And then just along the side here, I'm just going to angle cut where we've got that score line and just do that. And the same one to this side. So you can see that's what we want. So when you open it up, it looks like that. I'm going to go in here and do the same on those sides. And then we're going to go up here and we're going to remove these 2 pieces up to that score line. So I'm just going to turn it this way. Let's remove that piece. And I'll also angle cut that. I angle cut these so that they're easy when we fold it, and when you want to put stuff inside, it's just easier when you have an angle cut. And it hides the paper a little bit too. So that's the way your paper should look once you've cut all the little excess pieces out. And what we'll do next is along these 2 pieces, we're going to fold these back. So now they're at the back, we're going to bring these 2 side pieces to the front. So we'll fold them to the front. And we'll bring this back up now. So now that will be in the front, and that's going to be your pocket. And you've got a bit of room there. And now this piece gets folded to the front, and that's your closure. So you open that up, you've got that pocket there, and then we've got those 2 folded pieces that's going to get glued to the back of your base. And that is going to give you extra room now because we've made like a little bit of a gusset there. Now before I'm going to do that, you can decide if you want to angle cut the closure or whatever you want to do. I'm going to angle cut mine a little bit. So now if you're going to angle cut your closure, you don't want to go past the edge of your pocket. You want to sort of start about there, sort of halfway between that edge and that edge. So you start from there and you're going to cut down or go up. Otherwise, if you go too far up, you're going to see the bit of the pocket. So let me just see. So what I do is I just get my finger and I just sort of go like that to help me know where I want. So I think it was there. So I've done that. So you can see there's a bit of a nice decorative angle cut. I've left that straight and it's not overlapping the pocket. And then you can do the same with the back if you wanted to angle cut that or go the opposite way to this angle, you can do that. So I'm going to angle cut that. And I'm going to just go in about 1/2 inch or 1 inch. Just a slight angle, not too much. Just like that. So you can see it was only just a little bit. Place there. Now we can glue the pocket in place. I'm going to start with the back and add glue along the side, both sides, and then also along the bottom, just making sure that is the bottom. And that will give us that back pocket. And I'm just going to sort of place it somewhere centered like that. And now we just add glue to these two sides, and that will give us the front pocket. So it's a perfect project to use your single-sided papers, because I know I have a ton of them as well. So that's all done. And then all you need to do is you can add a piece of Velcro to the back here and along there, and that will give you a closure. And then what I've done with these dangles, I just punched out a little heart shape with some gold glitter cardstock. You can use whatever you like. You can use just a circle, or you don't need to add that on. And then I just glued that down here and pierced a hole with my paper piercer, and then added some dangles with a jump ring to the bottom. And in the kit there's already a jump ring there for you to thread that through your hole here, or you can add the dangle up here if you like, or down here. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. But this is just another fun double pocket packaging pouch idea to package some of your goodies that you may want. And then this one goes in there. You can even add some vellum to the opening if you want to do that, so that fits nicely in there. And then you want to add, if you wanted to add a tag, that will fit in there. I just cut the paper at 3 inches by 4 inches for the tag, so that fits nicely, or you can cut it to whatever fits. And then for the note card, it was 4 inches by 6 inches, and then I just fold that in half, and then that just gets placed at the back there, or wherever you like. It goes placed in there. And then I just added a file tab piece to the top. I just folded some paper in half. So that is how I made these really easy and fun pouches. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all soon in my next video with my projects using my Cozy Floral Digitals. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.